In the early 2000s, Ashton Kutcher and Diddy were essentially the life of the party. For those who may not be aware, they were always out and about, enjoying life as celebrities. Mila Kunis and Ashton, on the other hand, appeared like the perfect couple combining celebrity status with a grounded vibe, and their relationship began on that 70s show. However, things have just taken a quite surprising turn. Mila just revealed some startling facts about Ashton that have caused her to reconsider everything she has ever thought about him. Feelings of betrayal and sadness have now distorted what once seemed to be a strong connection. For a long time, Ashton's tight association with Diddy had raised some red flags because of their crazy parties and dubious stories. As it happens, Mila discovers some unreleased recordings that reveal a hitherto unimagined aspect of Ashton. She feels misled, which is understandable given his prior role in the Danny Masterson prosecution. She finally made the difficult choice to dissolve their marriage as a result of the emotional toll that everything had taken on her. The way that what seemed to be a fairy tale has fallen apart so drastically is heartbreaking. Supposedly left the house where she lives with Ashton Kutcher because she knew that video evidence of Ashton and Diddy together, along with terrible information about them, was about to be made public, so ending the narrative of Milan and Ashton Kutcher's romance. It is like a scene from Hollywood magic. Initially meeting on the set of that 70s show, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis' on-screen connection as Jackie and Kelso developed into a genuine relationship. A few years later, their transformation from teenage co-stars to reuniting as adults and eventually falling in love enthralled spectators. They seemed to be living a fairy tale when they were married in 2015, something that many couples in Hollywood find difficult to sustain. Their appeal was further enhanced by the fact that they raised a family and maintained a modest profile. Everyone loved the pair throughout the years. Ashley and Mila created a public image that seemed flawless. Their light-hearted interview banter, their philanthropic work, and Ashton's astute financial decisions all contributed to their success on the personal and professional fronts. Everything looked picture-perfect, whether they were walking the red carpet or spending time with their families, until all of a sudden, things behind closed doors weren't as nice as they seemed. Hollywood began to hear rumors about Ashley's troubled friendships and previous controversies. Although they constantly seemed to dismiss tabloid rumors, the couple's marriage started to suffer as a result of these problems. As Ashton's ties to questionable Hollywood people became public, Mila, who had always supported him, began to feel the strain. One of the first major rifts in their reputation was caused by the repercussions of Danny Masterson's trial. When it was discovered that Ashton and Mila, Masterson's former co-stars, had sent letters of support for him during his trial, they both found themselves in hot trouble. There was a strong outcry when Masterson was found guilty of major offenses. Many found it hard to understand how Ashton and Mila, who were often so outspoken about their morals and sympathy for victims, could stand up for someone who was charged with such heinous acts. Their reputations suffered as a result of this public outcry, but Mila felt the effects went beyond the criticism. Rumors circulated behind the scenes that Ashton's continued backing of Masterson was severely straining their bond. Mila, who had centered her life on a guy she believed to be her best friend, suddenly had to face some hard truths about his history. The emotional strain was great, and even though they made an effort to show unity, their marriage was already suffering. Everything seemed different today than it had when they were close friends who enjoyed simple things like hanging around and watching football.
And he came over and I was like, I'm going for a run. He's like, oh, I'll go for a run with you. And so he comes over to go for a run.
Diddy and Ashton Kutcher's friendship took a surprising turn, particularly after the Masterson scandal. Diddy's presence on Ashton's prank program Punk'd marked the beginning of their relationship, which first seemed to be simply another typical Hollywood buddy. It all seemed harmless and enjoyable, a quintessential case of two famous people having a good time in the spotlight. However, as time went on, disturbing rumors about Diddy's infamous parties surfaced, clouding their once harmless relationship. In hindsight, Ashton remembered a specific instance that seemed ironic. "We had cameras everywhere," he said, "but I'm exhausted. Although you should slow down, act as if you're not." This innocuous remark suggests more profound realities concealed inside their bond. In a subsequent interview, Ashton discussed the chaotic and uncontrolled behaviors associated with Diddy's parties, which were further heightened by the presence of young ladies and often characterized by dubious conduct. Ashton's already turbulent life became more complicated when what started as a fun and light-hearted acquaintance turned into a source of criticism. Public opinion drastically changed as a result of these rumors, and Ashton had to cope with the consequences. What had seemed to be a casual Hollywood association had turned into a cause of growing tension and controversy. As Ashton struggled with his public image and the growing demands of his personal life, the influence of his relationship with Diddy became a major contributing element. Fame, friendship, and scandal all came together to form a complex web that left Ashton reeling as he attempted to keep his reputation intact amid the mayhem. These unanticipated consequences made us question how much of what we see is real and how much is manufactured for the limelight, highlighting the complexity of Hollywood relationships and the thin line between private and public life. Ashton acknowledged attending some of Diddy's infamous gatherings, but he refrained from providing any specifics, stating that there were things he couldn't discuss. Diddy party tales are our favorite kind of story, so if you have one, wow, alright. I'll make this one a little ambiguous since I can't reveal every aspect. At first, the interview seemed to be simply another celebrity conversation after Diddy's recent problems, which included claims that Ashton knew too much about Diddy's lifestyle and if he was more engaged in those crazy parties than he revealed. However, the tone is now considerably darker. When rumors began to circulate that Mila had discovered proof connecting Ashton to Diddy's hidden world, the true bombshell was exposed. She reportedly found hard disks with private footage of Ashton in some intimate settings from Diddy's parties. According to rumors, these videos showed more than just a friendship. They included footage that caused Mila to strongly doubt Ashton's behavior and his role in Diddy's way of life. The very fact that these videos existed was enough to drive Mila to her breaking point, even if their precise contents had not yet been made public. She couldn't ignore seeing these videos after supporting Ashton throughout the Masterson trial and navigating the growing debates about his association with Diddy. The heartbreaking discovery that the guy she had created a life with had been concealing a big aspect of himself from her all along was the emotional repercussions, which went beyond the films. Although they were often seen as Hollywood's ideal couple, their marriage was failing behind the scenes due to treachery and sinister secrets. According to insiders, all Mila believed she knew about her husband was destroyed by the leaked footage that showed Ashton in inappropriate settings at Diddy's parties. These records, which purportedly came to light at one of the most distressing episodes of Diddy's legal ordeal, revealed Ashton's engagement in the darkest aspects of Diddy's crazy world and went beyond simple partying. The knowledge that Ashton had withheld so much from her for years was more devastating to Mila than the substance alone. According to those close to the pair, she was unprepared for this news, even though she was always aware of Ashton's Hollywood lifestyle and his relationship with Diddy. What did Mila say? It was utterly heartbreaking. After seeing the recordings, she saw a side of Ashton she had never known existed. Insiders described Mila's devastation, demonstrating that this was more than simply a case of marital problems. It was a betrayal. Although Mila had supported Ashton no matter what, she was unable to overlook this. Everything changed rapidly when the public divorce announcement was made shortly after she discovered the videos. Insiders said that Mila's decision to leave Ashton was directly because he participated in these incidents, despite her polite and measured comments about the divorce. She wanted to get away from the commotion around him, particularly in light of the public's mounting indignation about his relationship with Diddy. As the divorce became public, however, insiders whispered that Mila was devastated and felt deceived on all fronts. Mila was seen leaving their shared house a few days after the videos were discovered. Her closest friends expressed concern for her emotional well-being, saying that Ashton's treachery had hurt her mental state. According to sources, Mila experienced emotional exhaustion and started to question all of her preconceived notions about her relationship with Ashton. She learned that he was far more involved in Diddy's life than she had ever thought after years of helping him and building a family with him. Their marriage is headed for divorce, and their 2 kids are caught in the center of all this chaos. Mila has been relying on her circle of friends to help her get through these post-divorce difficulties, according to reports from those close to her. Mila is doing her best to keep her children out of the commotion, as there are rumors of a possible custody battle. However, it has been difficult to keep things under wraps with parents who are so well known. Although Ashton is still a devoted parent, it's unclear how his behavior will impact his bond with the children. According to insiders, Ashton and Mila are dedicated to co-parenting, but their nasty divorce may make it more difficult. The stakes in their divorce settlement are very high since they both own significant amounts of money, and their assets, homes, and business endeavors are all linked. One of the largest celebrity divorces in recent history may be the ultimate financial result. However, Mila's actual cost goes beyond money. It also includes the emotional toll she has endured and the difficult path she must take to restore her life after Ashton's treachery.
Kutcher attended countless Diddy parties throughout his friendship with Diddy, spanning nearly 2 decades. Diddy is currently awaiting trial at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City on charges of trafficking, racketeering or bad business practices, and transportation to engage in war.
Ashton Kutcher's reputation has suffered greatly as a result of his long-standing ties to Diddy's party culture. Many people are doubting Ashton's true character and the lifestyle he has been enjoying behind closed doors, and social media is ablaze with criticism. I hope Ashton Kutcher is being investigated because everything he has done with Thorne is questionable, one reader even said. It raises the question of whether he has ever harmed a kid while in his role with Thorne. Ashton is being criticized for living a double life due to revived rumors regarding his alleged participation in Diddy's parties in addition to his connections to Masterson. While participating in actions that are now the subject of close investigation, he has presented himself as a loving spouse and father. Ash is a creep who acts innocent but isn't, some people are claiming. Mila has always forgiven him despite reports that he cheated on her. All things considered, it's evident that Mila's choice to leave Ashton marked a sea change in their marriage and in the public's perception of her. It remains to be seen whether Ashton can overcome this string of controversies or if his career has been irreparably harmed by these disclosures. Right now, things don't seem to be going well for him. Your opinions on this divide would be much appreciated. In your opinion, did Mila make the correct decision? In light of all these charges, what do you believe Ashton's future holds? To ensure you don't miss any changes, leave a comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable alerts.